Hey everyone, Molly here. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Today's recipe is the Korean seafood pancake, but in waffle form. This is number 3 for my 3 waffle recipes I'm doing over the holidays. My first one was what I believe was the perfect Belgian waffle. And my second one was a chicken and waffle recipe that uses whatever you have left over after Thanksgiving dinner, such as cranberry sauce, gravy, or leftover turkey and chicken. You can check out all those recipes by clicking up here. So far, I have made a sweet waffle recipe. I made something that's sweet and salty, and I'm just going to finish off by making something that's salty and savory. So that's it for now. I'll talk more about this after the recipe clip. If you're interested, I'll also be eating the dish at the end to tell you what it tastes like and other stuff. Besides that, enjoy! So I hope you enjoyed that. So the main reason why I made this dish is because I shot myself in the foot. When I was planning this holiday waffle thing, I only had 2 recipes in mind, which was the Belgian waffle and the chicken and waffles. But I wanted to challenge myself, so I said, you know what, let's do 3 recipes. Even though I didn't know what I was going to do for the third one. So when I finished filming the second one, I was starting to freak out because I had no idea what to do. So I started looking online and I found like, you know what, let's do bubble waffles. But they only had one problem. The pan itself is 50 bucks Canadian, which is for me a bit too much. So not knowing what to do, I went to my friend to ask for advice. I'm like, should I spend the 50 bucks and buy a pan that I might use only a couple times a year? So her advice is $50 is a bit too much and I should use what I have around me. So I totally agree, went back home and started doing some research, and my brother gave me an idea of why not try Korean seafood pancake, but turn it into a waffle, and that's where I am now. So a couple of things for this recipe. For the best ingredient I found for the seafood pancake is to use shrimp and squid because of two things. Number one is that they're easily found and they're quite inexpensive. Number two is that they actually have a very similar cooking time and they don't take too much to cook, so they make the waffles really easy to make. Of course, that doesn't limit you from trying other stuff. You can try beef, pork, oysters, clams, even octopus if you want. I personally like these shrimp and squid because they have a lot of seafood flavor, but it also gives a really nice texture. More of that in a bit. So one ingredient that I added that you usually wouldn't find in a seafood pancake is cheddar cheese. The main reason is that I wanted to make it more crispy, and I thought that having cheese melted against the pan would make a really nice shell. Totally worked, and actually it gives a really nice flavor of the seafood. And finally about the recipe is if you don't have a waffle maker or a waffle iron, you can actually use a pan in the same recipe and you can make the original style. I would recommend using a cast iron one because they hold better heat and they make a nicer crispy skin. But either way, just make sure you use a good amount of oil so it doesn't stick and a good amount of heat to get a nice crisp. That's all I got for this recipe, and now I'm going to eat. Here we go. You can actually see that there's a bit of squid and green onions, a little bit of shrimp here. Here's the dipping sauce. Oh my gosh. That's really tasty. Like I mentioned earlier, the squid and the shrimp have a lot of seafood flavor in it. I actually really like the texture. It's very nice and crispy on the outside. The nice chewiness from the squid and shrimp. And actually, the dough in the center around these areas is kind of nice and gooey. It's a lot similar to when you actually order Korean seafood pancake. And the sauce goes really well with it. The saltiness, tanginess, and a bit of a kick makes a really good pairing. So the thing about the waffle is I didn't add any salt to it because I didn't want to over season. The dipping sauce is really pretty much soy sauce with a little bit of vinegar and green onions. So I didn't want to be super salty. One of my favorite things is this is totally handheld. Like you can easily hold on to this, dip on into the sauce without it coming apart. And if you want to be super fancy, you can have it all sitting up like this on a nice long plate. Ta-da! Anyways, that's all I got for the recipe. If you want to see my upcoming videos, you can subscribe by clicking over there. If you want to help the channel grow, give me a thumbs up, or you can share my video on social media. It would be greatly appreciated. And finally, I have other Korean recipes on this playlist over here. You can check it out if you're interested. Besides that, yeah, that's it. Thanks again. Cheers.